this computer. Okay. Hi, good evening, everybody. Happy Halloween. It is October 31st, 2018. This is Managing Online Public Relations. I'm Professor Ben, and tonight we are talking SEO and SEM on top of some other fun. So the first thing, for those of you that are new and those of you that have been here before, does anybody have a communication or social media or PR or advertising type of fail for 5 points extra credit that you would like to share with the class? No extra credits tonight? No fails? No anything? Okay, cool. Well, we will move on. We got lots of good stuff. So, girls, relax. I got a herd and they're playing. Okay, so, hey, stop, go up, excuse me. Hey, go upstairs, go. Hey, go upstairs, mom, go, girls. Woohoo, okay. All right, so, class here. So one thing it's a story that I always tell my classes around this time that I have in the fall. And it's just kind of like, I want to tell you a story about online public relations. And, you might think, hey, social media, web videos, all this stuff, a tweet, does it really matter? Does it really do, that well? So back in 2010, I was living in Indianapolis still at that time. I just finished, I was in the middle of getting my graduate degree at IUPUI, and I had a show called Do It Indy. And the show with Do It Indy, we were sponsored by this local establishment, which was a sports bar and pub called Cy Greens. And one thing led to another, and to make a long story short, there was a ghost sighting at this bar. And so we had friends and we thought it would be really cool. And we were on Fox 59. And so Fox 59 thought it would be cool if we did a ghost hunt, something for Halloween. And so we did that. And we made a couple of web videos. We posted these web videos on YouTube. And you can search them to this day. It's called The Haunting of Indianapolis. And if you search The Haunting of Indianapolis, it's a 2-part series. One of them's like 15 minutes. One of them's like 11, 12 minutes. And it talks about, this bar on the Near East Side of Indianapolis. It's called Cy Greens Pub. It's at the corner of 10th and Emerson, if any of you know that area here in class. So we did this ghost story. We had it online. And to make another long story short, all of a sudden one day I get this call from a Los Angeles, California number. And I was like, I don't know anybody. So I just let it go to voicemail. It turned out being a producer from the show My Ghost Story. And this show used to be on A&E and Biography. I don't think it's on anymore, but I think they might play reruns, every now and then. But the show was on for like 5-7 years. It was a popular show. Everybody loves the boo spooky stuff. So this producer for My Ghost Story was just searching the internet, searching, like real ghost stories and ghost this and this and that. And they came upon our YouTube video. And from that, we actually flew to Los Angeles and we did our interview. And then they came back and they shot stuff at Cy Greens Pub in Indianapolis. And it helped us get mega exposure. It helped the bar get mega exposure. It helped us get some more sponsors and some more attention to our show Do It Indy at the time. So it's pretty cool. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go up here, meeting. I'm going to show you guys, because again, I just love to do this on Halloween, around Halloween. There it is. Share. Okay. Share my desktop. Okay, now I'm sharing my desktop. Cool. Oh, are you kidding me? Hey, you guys don't see anything, do you? You just see a gray box?
I
Oh, I can't show a DVD via the share function. They caught this miss, so we were nowhere near that room. Okay, well, see, technology, you learn something new every time. I've never tried to share this via the share function. All right, let me hit stop share. Okay, I'm back. So that didn't work. So go to YouTube when you have a second and check out The Haunting of Indianapolis, and you can at least see the web video that we did. I was going to show you the My Ghost Story segment. It's really pared down, and it was fun. It's my claim to fame in cable TV, I tell people. So pretty cool. All right. So tonight, SEO and SEM. You know, I don't know exactly what all of your majors are, but no matter what you are, if you're in the communications realm, public relations, marketing, advertising, journalism, something like that, SEO and SEM are two things that you have to have a base knowledge of, and you have to know the difference between the two, and you have to actively use both of these, okay? So let me pull up my thing right here. Okay, search engine optimization, the process of affecting the online visibility of a website or web page in a web search engine's unpaid search results, often referred to as natural, organic, or earned results. If you've heard people talk about earned results, earned media, okay? Search engine marketing is a form of internet marketing that involves a promotion of websites by increasing their visibility and search engine result pages through paid advertising. So SEM incorporates search engine optimization, which adjusts or rewrites website content and site architecture to achieve a higher ranking in search engine result pages to enhance pay-per-click listings. Okay, so that's really, really convoluted for search engine marketing. So basically, search engine marketing is the paid version of SEO. All right. Has anybody here ever done any SEM? Has anybody here ever done anything with like Google AdWords or paid, social media, promotions or boost? Anybody ever done anything like that? No? Okay. So search engine optimization. This is, again, the 180 overview that I have that can explain this the easiest to you guys. Think about everything that you put on the internet. Okay, so if you're working for a client or if you're working for, a business like I do for a hospital, think about every picture, every post, every web page, and think about what's there on that web page for the spiders and the bots from Google. They say to look at Bing too and Yahoo, but whatever, man, it's Google. Everybody, what are you gonna do? Go Google something, okay? So the Google bots are searching all the time, these little spiders, these electronic, code spiders, and they just scour the internet and they're reading things. And especially when you put new content on, if you're a legitimized source or, a person that has a good social media presence, or your, again, your organization or whoever you're working for has, a good website, multiple social media platforms, Google knows this stuff and they start searching. So every web page in the back has a thing called keywords. And you guys have all heard keywords before. And what are keywords? When you do a blog too, they say give a blog keywords. Okay, so keywords are certain hit words or words that you would think, again, this is how I explain it, that what are people searching? What is your content for? What is your website? What is your social content? What is your web video? What is your picture? What is the intended, audience for that? And then when you do that and you think, okay, here is my audience, then, you can deconstruct and say, okay, so what is this audience searching? What are they looking for? And again, the goal with this SEO stuff is to always be, I tell people, top 3 to 5 pages. Everybody always wants to be number 1, but being number 1 is hard on page 1, especially if it's something common. Oh, my wife's not home and I hear kids trick-or-treating. Sorry, babies. I'll have to get in a second. I feel bad. Okay, so example. Let me do this. So at Mary Free Bed, we just on Saturday had what was called a Halloween Heroes Parade. And it's a parade. You guys should go to Mary Free Bed's social media presence or go to maryfreebed.com or like YouTube and search Halloween Heroes Parade. They made these beautiful costumes for all these wonderful children that are in wheelchairs. So they took these wheelchairs and they built costumes around them. Amazing, amazing stuff. It's really cool. I mean, and there were lights and sounds. They had these college students come and help, and an engineering firm in town. I mean, it's beautiful. So there was there was a fire truck, there was a Polar Express, there was Pooh's Honey Pot, there were bubbles in one. This one person was in a bathtub and stuff. I mean, there was Moana, and she had her boat and stuff with a huge sail. So it was really, really cute. So I thought about, so there are things that always get picked up. Your titles. So title of a picture, title of a video, title of a web page. Always think about what your title is. That's the first thing that these little goobers, the bots, spiders are picking up. They're like, okay, title. Then if the title matches, and it's good, and Google and their bots and their algorithm says, hey, this content will work, then they start searching, and they start analyzing your pictures, analyzing your text, analyzing your video, and they're looking for those certain keywords that you have. Any video that you do, any blog that you write, you can always put those keywords. And everybody, the big question too that I get a lot from people, how many keywords, Professor Ben? Can we have too many? Can we have too little? The answer is yes. Now the answer you can put as many keywords on anything as you want, but the more keywords you put on something, the less valid. Oh, cool. She's there. I hear her giving some kiddos candy. That makes me happy. See, my office is down in the basement. This is my toy museum / man cave, so I can hear everything up there. All right. So with the bots and coming down, so Halloween Heroes, everything was Halloween Heroes, Mary Freebed in my titles. And then we would get, children. I would get pediatrics. I would get wheelchairs. I would get Halloween 2018. These were some of my other tags that I would use down. Hey, come here. You want to say hi? You're wound up. Come here. Come here. Come up here. Come here, Stella. Come here. This is my baby. She is. You want to say hi? No, you don't. She's 9 months old. She's a rescue, and she's got lots of energy. Okay, she's back up there. So our Halloween Heroes Parade, I mean, you guys are getting it, and you get how things go together. And so let's do another one. With Mary Freebed that I would do a lot of is, spinal cord injury. I would use tags like SCI, spinal cord injury, or spinal cord injury survivor, or SCI survivor. You use those tags. But again, when you get into things like spinal cord injury, cancer, I'm just thinking of things that I use a lot in my day job. Amputee, amputation, those are a lot more common names, a lot more common, topics. So you pay more for said topics. And then this is a good segue. Again, it's 6:15, and this is like the 180-degree overview into search engine marketing. Okay. So you can always do your free stuff. You can always do your tags. You can always do your categories on your blogs. And again, always remember to rename your pictures. Don't leave them the DSC 68015, .jpg and stuff. Name them something that can be searched. It takes 2 seconds to rename a picture. I know it's a pain in the ass, especially if you're on the go and stuff. But so what have I done? I've posted pics, and I go back and change the file name. So I don't know if that's good, but if I don't have time, in the moment, and I'm doing something on my, my iPad or my phone, and we're just going to town, I'll post it and I won't change anything. And I'll go back and, will it work? Yes and no. All right. So SEO into search engine marketing. What is, again, search engine marketing? It's the paid aspect of using all of these keywords, these phrases, Google AdWords, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. I mean, every social media platform now gives you the opportunity to spend money to either, number one, boost like your profile, your page, or number two, boost like a post. Gotta take another swig of my tea. My Stormtrooper Tervis. Yeah. But always be a good guy. Remember that. And just Stormtroopers are cool. imaginary. So not real bad guys. All right. So search engine marketing. Search engine marketing is a must now. The free day of doing things digitally is over. Okay. If you never spend any money, you have to have the most viral, awesome, shared, interactive social platforms ever. Okay. And that's hard to do. Not a lot of people are like Coke, or what am I looking around here? Like Funko, like toys. Funko has a brand that just kind of goes on its own in digital platforms. Or here's another one, Yankee Candle and stuff. It's not if you're not a national, this hugely known brand, it's tough. It's difficult. And people say nowadays too that, hey, social media and digital media is the way for the small business and stuff. But even the small businesses now have to spend a little bit of funds. And I'm not talking about spending hundreds, thousands of dollars. Okay. So this is, if you're starting out, this is my, quick 1, 2, 3. Let's say you're just starting a social presence. You don't have very many people. Okay. You need to, number one, first build your presence. So I would suggest putting money behind building said presence, building your Facebook page, your Twitter page, your Instagram page, getting those followers there. You want those followers, the good followers. So once you do that, and it's different for every single business, because you're going to have to, gauge as the marketer, how many people do I really need to make this work, to make this be viable? How many people do I need, interacting or sharing or making comments or, hitting the +1 button or recommendations? What do I need to make it work? And it's different for every person. Once you get to your number and you're like, okay, I got some good people, some good interaction, you take the next step and you can start boosting like your post. Okay. So you have a post, and it's the best post ever with this great blog with this video on it, and you're like, man, I really want my people to see this. And let's say you have like 1,000 followers now, and it's taking you 5-6 months to get 1,000 followers, and that's great. So that's cool. 1,000 followers isn't bad. If you spend $0, you will probably hit 3 to 5, maybe 7% of your followers from Facebook if you're lucky. Instagram, that number's higher. Instagram, the number is usually about 10%, 10 to 12, maybe 15%. LinkedIn is a completely different ballgame. Twitter, it depends on, Twitter's so organic because it's just in your hashtags, it really depends. And that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother huge hour-long discussion that I could get in just with Twitter and using SEM with Twitter. So again, build your presence, build your following. Then you can get into your paid advertising, your page boost, your post boost, things of that nature. Now, the other thing of SEM is Google, using Google AdWords. If you've never done anything with Google AdWords or done anything with, when you Google something and you see that little box at the top that says ad, those are people that are actually spending money on Google. Those are people that are paying, whatever you searched, and you see that little ad, these people want to be in front of you. They're like, okay, so this person is searching this is good, here you go. And it could vary. I mean, everywhere from like 20 cents, 30 cents for your ad to be up there to $2, $3, $4 just for one viewing, one click. It can get that expensive if it's a more competitive type of tag. So it's crazy, but that's the world we live in, and it's only going to get more convoluted with the SEM and you having to spend money on any type of social, any type of web video on YouTube. I mean, you name it. Okay, if you have a blog, or not a blog, but if you have a job and you're posting said job to LinkedIn, I have a budget just alone with our HR department, just for, when they post a job, I can then, do it and get it out to, our demographic that we want. And I can, set it for a week or 2 weeks or a month, however long I want the said ad, or, to get into search results. You can skew the search results in LinkedIn if you spend money. with, like, hey, they will put your job posting above other ones, within that search. That's business. I mean, it's just like, think about it. In the history of our communications over the past 100 years, television was free when it began. Radio was free when it began. Okay. Telephone was free when it began too. So as all of these things, these ways, these fundamental shifts in communication have happened, now the digital media way is here. So I just talked a lot, and I know there's so much more to all of this, so much more that, you could dive into. And again, I'm always here as a resource. If you have a question, DM me, tweet me, send me a text. You guys all have my info in the syllabus, and let me know. I mean, and that's what it's all about. So you will, whenever you get to where you're going, whatever your end goal is here with college, and you get to the place where you are, and you're like, here we go, talk about this SEO SEM stuff, because it's real. You're going to look legit. If you're in here interviewing for a job and doing this and that, and they're going to be like, man, this person knows their stuff. This is cool. I mean, you have to do this. Okay. I can't preach it enough. And again, whereas I have a $50,000 plus budget that I spend with Mary Free Bed every year for my social media. I used to have a small sports bar, the Front Page Sports Bar and Grill, which is now the Eagle on Mass Ave. Back in the day, the Front Page was my Cheers, my place where I went to. I used to co-run and own a coffee shop next door back in the early 2000s called Moonstruck Chocolate Cafe. So I love that place. I spent with the Front Page $300 a month, just $300. And I pulled that in between, Twitter and Facebook. Actually, those were the two. Yeah, that's where I usually spent their money, was Twitter and Facebook, and it worked for them. So again, it doesn't have to be tons of money. There are times, even with Mary Free Bed, when I'm doing, I'm doing this, I'm like, okay, this post needs a little bit of help, but I don't want to invest too much into it, but I just want it to get out there a little bit more. I'll just put $20 behind the post for the next, 3 days or 2 days, just to, boost that post right there. And yes, when I started at Mary Free Bed in 2013, they had 350 likes, I think, on their Facebook page. And now we just hit over 17,000. So that's been in 5 years. We've gone from 300 to 17,000. And being healthcare, the demographic that's on Facebook, females 30 to 60 is like who's pumping Facebook hard. It's the fastest growing demographic on that. I primarily spend 70% of my budget just on Facebook. And I still spend money on all of them: Pinterest, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, all that. So just food for thought, okay? I've talked a lot. I need to take another drink of my Stormtrooper tea. All right. Any questions? Anything? Nothing? Man, you guys, woo, you're ready to go out and party. Halloween, go get that candy or adult beverage, whichever you may be partaking in this evening. So have a good night. Thank you all. Oh, here, I got to take a selfie. That's right. Let's do this. Let's take a Boo Spooky selfie. All right. You guys ready? I always love to throw the peace sign up. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Boo Spooky. All right, cool. I'll post that. #J360. So keep up the good work. The only other thing I need to just run by you is I'm looking at my notes. Your web video. Your topics are approved. You're working on it. Hopefully you started an outline. So, here's your outline. Here is, how much time you're going to spend. Again, remember your time limit, 2:30 to 3:30. Okay. If you need help or any questions with this, get in touch with me and I can help you out, kind of plan out your video a little bit. So have fun with that. All right. I'll see you guys on the interwebs. Have a good week. Thank you for being here. Happy Halloween, and have a good night. Bye, everybody. Woohoo! In meeting.